Hey everybody, long time no see. I've been pretty busy. I just finished a move across a couple of states, so I'm pretty tired. I got stuff everywhere, but I did manage to just get my PC set up so I could put this together for you guys. We did get news out of Gen Con 2025. The first day of Gen Con happened while I was on the road, so I missed the first day, but some wonderful members of the community were able to report what they saw there, and I'm here to pass that information along to you. We did get the reveal of Legendary DC, and I'm going to be showing you what we know from that, but first let me talk about Marvel just for a second. Now, we did not see anything from Marvel this year at Gen Con 2025 in the Legendary world. We did just get some soft confirmations that the core set 2nd edition is still under development, still in progress, and that is set to release. We didn't really hear about What If Season 2, but signs are pointing towards this set's going to release. It's still being worked on, and we will get some news on that in the future. And again, if you want to see all the cards that have been revealed for the core set 2nd edition, I have them at newcardgallery.bageltopgames.com. You can see what they demoed at last year's Gen Con, and a lot of cool stuff. And I can't wait to find out more on this, but we're going to have to wait and find out who else is going to be in this until they're ready to show it to us. We also saw some information on Legendary Game of Thrones, the first fully competitive version of Legendary. So there's some information out on that. But today I want to focus on Legendary DC. Yes, Upper Deck has acquired the license to make DC trading cards, and along with that came IP for their game. So they are making Legendary DC. It is actually going to be designed by Devin Lowe, who you know and love from designing the Legendary system itself, as well as all of Legendary Marvel. And I have some good news for you. These games are compatible. They are unofficially compatible, but yeah, it looks like you can mix and match them together. Today I'm going to show you all we know about Legendary DC. If you're not a big DC fan, I'm here to tell you that I'm not a huge DC fan either. Marvel is my primary bread and butter, but I have seen a bunch of the DC animated shows. I know the characters enough, and I'm excited to get some more heroes in here and maybe do some cool crossovers and get some people into Legendary who may not have played it before. So without further ado, let's check out what we know about Legendary DC. Now, Upper Deck requested that there were no photos taken of the demos this year, and they personally told me that they would prefer any photos that may have leaked out there not to get put up. So I'm going to honor that, and what I've done is I've mocked up some no art cards with the information that we have got. So let me start by talking about what we know about Legendary DC. It is a version of Legendary that is going to be compatible with Marvel unofficially, according to them. We're pretty sure that the backs of the cards, which have the Marvel logo on Marvel games, are going to have the DC logo. So it's probably not going to be compatible if you do not sleeve your cards or you sleeve with clear sleeves. So you're going to need to sleeve with opaque sleeves or do something else if you do want to mix these games. But this set, it looks like it's designed to be an introductory, intro to Legendary set, just like the original Legendary core set and all the other Legendary core sets in addition to what we've seen from 2nd edition. The big change in Legendary DC is the Hope and Fear track, which is similar to those who might be familiar with Legendary Buffy with Light and Dark. So this is a 7-point track that you track on the playmat, and it goes Fear on the left, Hope on the right, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So +1 is in the Hope category, -1 is in the Fear category, and certain things in the game can raise the Hope or raise the Fear, and it'll go to the negative or the positive respectively. And there's a lot of mechanics that you'll see that work with this. Players can spend 2 attack during their turn to fight crime and inspire hope, which means bringing the hope level up by 1. This counts as a fight for effects like healing wounds. If hope is at 3, and you would inspire hope, so if it's at max, you would draw a card and you reduce it down to 2. Similarly, if the fear is at 3 and you would inspire fear, discard a card and set the fear level to 2. That affects the currently active player. Otherwise, pretty much everything else is what you'd expect and what you know from Marvel Legendary, including a Mastermind. So here is the Mastermind that was shown during the demos. It is Captain Cold. This is Captain Cold Mastermind. And by the way, disclaimer for all the cards I'm about to show you. These are, number 1, they're not the final versions of these cards, and number 2, some of them are just reported to me, so they're probably not accurate to what the actual cards have, but talking to a few people, I got this as close as possible. Again, thanks to the folks who went there and were able to help me figure this out. If you want to talk to them and chat about this, visit the Bageltop Games Discord. This link at the top of the new card gallery will take you to the Bageltop Games Discord, so come on by and chat about these sets. So Captain Cold is who they showed off. Captain Cool is an 8+ attack mastermind who gets +3 attack if any heroes are frozen, and he always leads any rogues villain group. There's one rogues villain group we saw so far. Master Strike, flip all heroes in the HQ face down, rendering them frozen. Frozen heroes cannot be recruited. They remain face down until you spend 1 attack to flip them face up, or until they leave the HQ. So there's some similar schemes in Marvel that do this. Very cool. Makes it harder for you to get some momentum. And then we have a tactic here. So apparently all his tactics will freeze some heroes. This fight effect is place all unfrozen heroes in the HQ in the bottom of the hero deck in random order, then place the top 5 cards of the hero deck into the HQ face down. We do have confirmation that there will be epic masterminds in this set, so every mastermind will have an epic, and there's some other stuff that you will be happy to see as well. He is the only mastermind we know about for sure. There's a playmat that goes along with this set that I'll talk about later, and there are some pretty famous DC enemies on this playmat, including Joker. Joker is on the playmat, and we do have a group he probably always leads, so he's probably a mastermind in this set. We don't have any confirmation aside from the playmat. Also, Lex Luthor is also on the playmat. We're pretty sure he is going to be a mastermind too. I have some leftover tactics from the template here. Those are not his. All right. The only scheme we saw is a scheme about Chemo and multiple different hero classes. I don't have details on that, but that's the scheme that was demoed. Next, we have some villain groups. We have the Rogues. We have 2 villains we saw. The first one is Mirror Master, who has an ambush and he captures bystanders, and those bystanders become mirror images. You can't fight him while he has any, and you spend 2 attack to remove one rescue unit as a bystander. Then we have Heat Wave. Ambush, each player reveals a covert hero or gains a wound to fight, KO one of your heroes. So you might be noticing so far, this does have some similarities to the Marvel core set, and that's by design from what I see. This is a set that is set to introduce people to Legendary. There are some card effects that you might see mirrored on some other Marvel cards. It's not a big deal. There are, even though there's some commons, you're not going to have entire reskins of villain groups or hero sets. Just some things that are more beginner friendly, and I think it's a great idea. So we have a second villain group is the Fearsome 5. We have Gizmo was the one we saw, who has 2+ attack. He gets plus attack, 1 attack for each fear. So you can see how the fear and hope track starts to affect these cards. Ambush, reveal a tech hero or inspire fear. Again, that means put it into the negative by 1 towards fear. Fight, you get +1 attack for each tech hero you have. And then we have Simon and Dr. Light were some villains that were also seen. I'm assuming there's going to be 5 different villains in the Fearsome 5. Our third villain group that we saw was Titans for Hire. We saw a lot of these here. So the first villain we saw was Tattooed Man, who gets +1 attack for each Master Strike that is face up anywhere. We see a lot of this language. Oh, I typoed that. We see a lot of this language where it says plus something for each Master Strike that's face up anywhere. I don't think this is telling about some random new mechanic. I think it's just a clarification. Some old mechanics used to say for each Master Strike in the KO pile, but there's so many other mechanics, especially in Marvel, that put Master Strikes in weird places. And you'll see in the rules for the Striker keyword that specifically mentions if any Master Strike is in this weird place, count it for a Striker. So saying each Master Strike that's face up anywhere makes it really easy to tell which one should be counted without having to say check all these weird places. I think it's just a new clarification, and this kind of hints towards this is keeping all the existing Marvel sets in mind. If you mix this in with existing Marvel sets, you know which Master Strikes to count, and probably future DC stuff too. Ambush, reveal the top card of the villain deck if it's a Master Strike. Play it. We've got Cinder here, 5 attack. Ambush, count the number of Master Strikes that are face up anywhere. There it is again. Each player discards a card that costs more than that or gains a wound. Escape same effect. And Cheshire, escape. Cheshire becomes a Master Strike that takes effect immediately. Now, we've seen this before on some other Marvel cards, but again, not a big deal. Fits into this Master Strike theming of the Titans for Hire. I love it. We've also got reports of Osiris and Mammoth also being in this villain group. And the last villain group we've seen so far is Villainy Inc., starting with Dr. Poison, who has 5 attack. Ambush, each player reveals or discards a strength or instinct hero or gains a wound. Fight, you may KO a wound from your hand or from any player's discard pile. We've also got Silver Swan, Jinx, Grail, and Giganta. Apparently Giganta has no text, just 7 attack, and the flavor text is she's mostly known for being really big. One thing you'll notice is, yep, it has the same hero classes as Marvel, as other sets. So strength, instinct, covert, tech, range are all the same. Makes it easier to mix and match if you want, and those who just want to keep them separate but play are going to be very familiar. We got new henchmen, and we're always very excited to see new henchmen. Here are 2 so far. We got the Bestiamorphs. Fight, KO a card in your discard pile that costs 0. If you can't, you get +1 recruit instead. then we have the Devoted Goons. I'm pretty sure that Joker's going to lead these on the playmat. He leads the goons that are in the picture that people saw on the card. And this is the exact same effect as the Circus of Crime from Dimensions. Fight, reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 0, KO it, otherwise draw it. You don't see me complaining. I love that effect. And we'll probably have 4 different henchmen. Core sets tend to have that much. The original core set does, so we'll see. Now on to our heroes. So first we got Superman here, and we have our first team, Justice League, which is the team affiliation, and we have the return of my favorite, Transform. Transform is returning in this set. We've theorized for a long time that Transform was only going to return in a big box set because you need all these extra cards for Transform, and a core set is a great place for that. And it won the most fun keyword in the keyword bracket on our Discord, so I'm glad to see it in a core set. This is going to bring a lot of people in. So this is Clark Kent Superman. You'll see a similar thing with Batman has a Bruce Wayne card. 2 recruit and then strength. You may transform this into a Beacon of Hope. He just needs to make a quick call in a phone booth. We have not seen the transformed card. We haven't seen his other common, but his uncommon here is Man of Steel, 4 attack once per turn. I typoed again. If a player would gain a wound, you may reveal this card to prevent that wound and rescue a bystander instead, similar to what Captain America does. Now, get ready for his rare. His rare is all very, very Superman coded, and you can see how much fun Devin had putting this together, and I'm sure the playtesters had testing this out. Here's his rare. It's a 10 cost. We never, ever, ever see a 10 cost in Legendary. We rarely see it. It is Last Son of Krypton. Check this out. 6 attack. You get +1 attack for each Hope. Justice League, you get +1 attack for each other Justice League you played this turn. Range, rescue a bystander, and strength, you may gain a hero from the HQ. You get to do all of these things when you play this card. You get to really feel like Superman, and that's what you play this game for, to feel like those heroes are really helping you out. Let's move on to, by the way, I'm assuming Beacon of Hope, the name is right there, is going to work off of the Hope track. And most of the heroes benefit from the Hope being raised, and most of the villains benefit from the Fear. But down here to Batman, Batman is a hero that benefits from Fear. I'm pretty sure the Dark Knight's going to benefit from that. His first comment is Bruce Wayne, just like Soups' Clark Kent. 2 recruit, if you have at least 6 other cards in your hand, you may transform this into the Dark Knight. When he goes to a fancy party, that's where he's wearing the mask. Pretty sure the Dark Knight's going to care about Dark, just like Beacon of Hope's going to care about Hope. Second comment from the shadows. I can't show you the art here that I saw, but it's really, really cool. They're still getting approval on this art, and I hope you get to see it soon. So choose 1, lunge, draw 2 cards, or lurk. When you draw a new hand this turn, draw 2 extra cards. I have seen a lot of choose 1 on these cards in Legendary DC's core set. Batarang is his uncommon. It looks really cool. It's a tech card. Batman's got a lot of tech, of course. It's 2 attack and then tech. Set this card aside at the end of this turn. Add it to your hand as an extra card, so the Batarang keeps coming back if you trigger that tech trigger. And then his rare is I Am Vengeance. 3+ attack, you may inspire fear. You may gain a sidekick. Tech, you get +1 attack for each fear. So yeah, he works off of fear, probably works with his transformed common, and yes, there are sidekicks in this set. I'll get to that a little bit, but he's mostly a tech hero. He'll actually do quite well with Tony Stark. That'll actually be a fun Iron Man and Batman hero deck to play with. Our third hero is Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman is also, of course, Justice League affiliated, and the first 2 cards I did not get card names for, but she does a lot of villain deck manipulation and works with Instinct. So her first common is 1+ attack, it costs 3. Instinct, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a villain, you get +1 attack and you may fight it this turn. And similarly, the second common is 4 cost, 2+ attack. Instinct, reveal the top card of the villain deck. If it's a Master Strike, you get +2 attack. Don't know what the uncommon is, but her rare is Bracelets of Victory. And she cares about Master Strikes, and this is a really powerful one. 3+ attack. If a Master Strike would occur, you may reveal this card to KO that Master Strike instead. When you do, you may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. And Justice League, you get +1 attack for each Master Strike that is face up anywhere. You don't have to fish for it. You have to have this card in your hand or in play to be able to KO that Master Strike. Very, very cool. And Wonder Woman is on the playmat too. I'll get to that in a little bit. The fourth hero we saw is Green Lantern, specifically John Stewart Green Lantern, also Justice League affiliated. His first common is driven by willpower. It's a range. He's got a lot of range and tech. I'm assuming his uncommon will be ranged as well. Maybe strength, because otherwise that wouldn't be any green here. But if hope is 2 or more, you get +2 attack. He works off a hope here, 1+ attack here. His power battery second common is 2 recruit, and you may inspire hope. I like the flavor text on the first one. His constructs won't break unless he does. The second one is, you all know it, say it with me, in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. For those who worship evil's might, beware my power, green lantern's light. That is the Lantern's Oath. And his rare is the Lantern's Oath. And you actually get to choose one of those 2. 4+ attack, choose one. In brightest day, inspire hope twice. In blackest night, reduce hope to 0. You get +2 attack for each hope removed this way. Remember that if hope is maxed out and you inspire hope, you draw the card and reduce it down. So let's say it was at 3. If you did in brightest day, you'd inspire probably 1 at a time. So you inspire once, which means you draw a card, reduce it to 2. You inspire again, put it back up to 3. But you get to make this choice, and that means he can work well with Batman too. Curious to see how Batman works with some of these other heroes. The 5th hero we saw is not a Justice League hero, and it is we have a full hero set for her. It is Starfire from the Teen Titans. So this implies that there's probably more Teen Titans in the core set. Why would there just be 1? So here she is. Starfire's first common is 1 attack and draw a card, a cost of 3. We've seen this mechanic before, but it fits really well with her set. Starbolt's 2+ attack, ranged. You get +1 attack for each other ranged hero you played this turn. Next we got Caught Between Two Worlds, another choose one. A lot of this. Earth, inspire hope, then you get +1 recruit for each hope. Tamaran, inspire fear, then you get +1 attack for each fear, and her rare is double the attack you have. Now, a lot of these effects I've seen on other cards, but again, it's really cool to see them together in one cohesive hero set. I don't mind using stuff like that at all because it's friendly for new people. Now, that's all the heroes we know about. It is a core set, so we're probably going to see many more heroes in this, but so far, I'm very excited. I do like how the Hope and Fear track make these characters feel like they are from a different universe, a different multiverse than the Marvel characters, and it sets them apart. I was hoping we'd get something like that, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Let's look at some other stuff here. So Sidekicks. Just like in Marvel, players may only recruit 1 sidekick per turn. The 1 sidekick we saw was called the Daring Sidekick. There was an image of Robin on it, and it has the same effect if you're familiar with the new recruits from the villain set as them. 1 attack, draw a card, return this sidekick to the bottom of the sidekick deck. Now, a couple things here. First, the fact that it says sidekick deck and not sidekick stack implies that there are multiple different standard sidekicks. Also, the fact that this is called Daring Sidekick and it has the hero named Sidekick down there implies we're going to see other kinds like blank sidekick, blank sidekick, blank sidekick, and they do slightly different things. Without them having to be special one-off representing a character sidekicks, they can just be different kinds of standard ones, and I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see there. And here's all these standard cards. So instead of the Agents and Troopers, the Shield Agents and Shield Troopers from Marvel, we have Checkmate. So we have Checkmate Pawns giving you the recruit, and Checkmate Knights giving you the attack. Then the Officer's interesting. So people notice that the character Oracle is on the Officer cards, just like regular officers. They're gray. They give you 2 recruit. They do have the Birds of Prey team affiliation, the only place we saw that so far. There is some text in the card name and the hero name. I couldn't quite make out what that is, so I can't tell you what's on there. I look forward to seeing what's going on with the officers. Maybe like the sidekicks, we're going to see different standard officers as well. We also have no pictures of these, but they do exactly what you expect. Wounds, Standard Bystanders, Master Strikes, and Scheme Twists work exactly like they do in Marvel. And then we've got the playmat as a last bit of information. So all we see on there is some fights. You can see Batman versus Joker and the Clown Goons. Then we have Superman versus Lex Luthor, and then we have Wonder Woman fighting somebody else. The cards are on the playmat the entire time, so it's hard to make that out. But it looks like heroes versus their villains on there. And that is all we know about Legendary DC. I don't have any release date information for you. I know a lot of people ask for release dates, but we got nothing. But the good thing is we know that it's coming. If you want to stay up to date on all Legendary news, spoilers, whatever, go to the Discord at discord.bageltopgames.com and make sure you select the Legendary Spoilers tag. That way you will be pinged whenever there is news. I see people all over the place talking about, when did I miss this news? When's this coming out? When's this coming out? I didn't even know Legendary DC would be a thing. I will keep you updated. The community will keep you updated. All you got to do is go to the Discord, get that tag, and you will be pinged when there is news, I promise. I've also got a pinned post there that will update you on what's there. If you want to go there, I'm going to go live update that right now to reflect DC. I'm hyped about this, and I'm not even a huge DC guy, but what this means for Legendary is huge. I can't wait to find out more. Can't wait to learn more about the Marvel Core Set, 2nd edition, all that stuff. And yeah, if you want to talk about it in the comments of the Discord, I'll see you there. Otherwise, we'll be watching the news together. Take care, everybody.